Very good morning, everybody, for Monday, the 27th of June. Low pressure out to the west has had some effect. Certainly yesterday seemed quite interesting. Those of you that got to the wash, a few of you landed out in the process of coming back or getting there, as it may seem. But it did seem like everybody had a good day yesterday. At the moment, we have an occluded front, which is tracking across England, might clear by lunchtime, maybe a little bit later than that. Introducing some slacker winds than we've had over the last couple of days or so, and starting to bring it around more to a westerly rather than southwesterly. And this week will remain fairly changeable, with fronts never too far away, but brighter spells certainly on the cards too. Pressures, well, pressure's a little bit low now. We're down to 1,010 hectopascals, which is why you're seeing the showers again. And the winds today coming from the west, southwest, much lighter than yesterday. Yesterday we had 25 or 30 knots. Now it's about 15 knots. Big problem at the moment is this rain band, which is continuing to track across. It is moving, but it is going to take probably a good couple of hours yet before that is clear. On it, there is quite a lot of heavy rain. No signs of any thunderstorms or anything like that, but significant convective development at least. So these are quite sharp showers that are going to be passing through. Behind it, a much clearer air mass, but still the risk of showers later today. Public forecast shows the rain for most of the morning, becoming westerly after lunch and getting to a top temperature at 16 or 17 degrees. And visibility increasing after the showers too. That's broadly in line with what we see on GFS. If it brightens up a bit quicker, we might see 18 or 19 degrees, nothing particularly exciting. Dew points may fall quite a bit as well if we get a reasonable clearance, allowing some good soaring conditions. Currently middle wallet, which is upwind of us, they have scattered at 900, that's within the front. And as you can see on here, talking about rain until lunchtime. Just look a bit further down, I think Yeovilton. Yeah, you can see Yeovilton's going to get that clearance slightly quicker than us. And if I look at Exeter, it's already getting reasonable. They're scattered at 2,000, no sign of any rain. Where we are though, looking at Odium, this was taken when the rain band was just arriving. And as you can see on here, it's not particularly optimistic. It's this afternoon where it should be much brighter and a few clouds at 2,000 feet or more. And I'm showing that risk as well. Currently at Lasham, a temperature of 13 and a bit, it's dropping as the shower comes through and a dew point of 9. And that's the photo outside at Lasham. That's the first shower that's just going through. There's another one behind it. Yeah, no need to particularly rush. Soaring forecasts. This could be mostly based off a clearance around lunchtime, as you can see on here. Some cross-country opportunity, but yeah, it's going to be quite limited until lunchtime. Let's look at start time of around 11 o'clock. So still showing shower activity around then, but starting to dry out sort of 12, 1 o'clock. Cloud base around here, probably towering cumulus at 3 to 3,500 feet above Lasham. Much later this afternoon, you can see cloud base goes up significantly as it dries out, and we should hopefully see by 3 o'clock cloud base up to 4.5, maybe even 5,000 feet, maybe even 6,000 feet to our north. So yeah, a reasonable afternoon, hopefully. Just minus the showers we're getting this morning, and cut-off time at around 6:30 today. Don't rule out the chance of a shower again, but hopefully it'll be fairly hit and miss, unlike these well-driven lines. This is the forecast for today at Lasham. You can see it's a bit tricky till later. Cloud tops could get up quite high if we're not careful. So hopefully it will be a bit drier than this suggests, because it suggests we could see another shower later today. But where it peaks around 2 o'clock in the Lasham area, we should see good climbs up to 4,000 feet with 3 knots. and that wind keeping fairly more gentle, with 20 degrees and a dew point of 8. Looking at this, let's compare that to sky sights, which shows we're not in the best area today. If it dries out along the south coast, that might be good, but a short task up towards the northwest is probably not a bad idea if the showers keep away from there. Looking at showers, you can see the rain coming through now. This is maybe, I'm going to say, perhaps a little bit, it's come through a little bit earlier than they say, so it could be better. But you can see it's by the afternoon, we're well clear of those showers. Thermal strengths, 3 o'clock. Still a little bit tricky to centre at times, and the risk of some towering cumulus, but good climbs. That's sort of 4 knots or so to our northwest. And Q cloud base at 1,700 meters widely out to our west. So yeah, 4,500 feet. Maybe even getting a bit higher than that, looking at 2,100 meters in the vicinity of Benson. So yeah, 6,000 feet, 6,500 feet, so quite easily. Let's look and see if there's any convective potential energy. Not really, just shows the showers going through. So no real risk of any major thunderstorms today. Convergence, where the yellow bits are on here, there probably will be convergence lines intermixed with these showers, but when it actually gets saurable this afternoon, yeah, you can see odd bits of convergence, but nothing particularly organised, just probably linked to showers and towering cumulus. And overdevelopment, fairly moderate today in our area, so I shouldn't see too much in the way of massive overdevelopment and spread outs, I would hope. So look at one sounding. I'll just look at a couple of soundings for this afternoon. These are predicted soundings. I click there. See that that's around 1 o'clock, when it's probably just gone, the front has just gone through. So with a temperature of around, that's suggesting 16 degrees, we should get cloud base at around 3,500 feet or so. Later it does dry out, as you can see, though that suggests it gets a bit more moist again, but by 4 o'clock, as you can see, a little bit congested cumulus higher up. But with a temperature of 15, 16 degrees, we're getting 1,600 meters. Just look out slightly further to our west where it's a bit nicer. Let's go for just south of Aston Down, and you can see there this afternoon that's much more reasonable with 17 degrees, sort of shallow Q at 1,700 meters, so 5,000 feet. So yeah, a bit tricky until after lunch, but should be a reasonable afternoon. Maybe a couple of showers to dodge, but yeah, should be a bit easier than yesterday, away from the wind. Airspace wise, Glastonbury, as much as it may have finished, the litter picking operation does seem to attract a restricted area temporary. So yeah, Glastonbury is still out of bounds for the time being, but this wind direction probably doesn't really cause you too much of a worry. Low level across the Solents, I don't think it'll be much of an issue, but up to about 800 feet or so, there is a temporary danger area for a drone from Thorney Island to Cowes. So yeah, if you're in a motor glider, don't go bombing across at 600 feet. Not that I think you would, but yeah. 22 will probably just be the regular, yeah, nothing at Boscombe Down that's out of the ordinary. Gliding competition at Bidford, and 31, that's not relevant to us. So generally quite quiet on the NOTAM front. Some parachuting just south of the southwest of the Bournemouth zone. Okay, operationally today we are 2-7 when the wind swings around and the weather goes through. Jet movements, we have one at around 2 o'clock, departure of a 737 and a Navajo around that time too. We do have a special events at lunchtime today. It's Hugh Cadell's funeral is taking place. Those of you that have been members around the same time as me will know of Hugh very well. A very kind gentleman, and inspired a lot of people into flying. His cortege will arrive at Lasham just after around midday, and we'll do a slow procession around the airfield. And there will be a combination of a fly past by some vintage aircraft at around 12:30 today, hopefully weather permitting, before the hearse continues on to the service at, I believe, Winchester Crematorium. So, yeah, pay your respects to Hugh, and I will see you on the airfield shortly. No real rush to get anything out currently, as it is still a little bit wet. Okay, bye for now.